Now, I feel like we should reintroduce you to our viewers, seeing how you have not really done the show in a long time.
But I'm back.
Of course, Moses Woldu, he's back, doing that great piece on the Lloydminster Bobcats, so that's why you're away. It's not like we banished you.
No.
But anyway, so welcome back.
Thank you.
And we are, of course, talking the Bobcats. And of course, you know, as they say, it's always darkest before the dawn for the Lloydminster Bobcats. They finally saw the light at the end of the tunnel this weekend.
It's about time, too. Of course, this is a team that really struggled, hasn't gotten a regulation win up to last week. Of course, they ended a 4-game losing streak in a big way, too, getting their first 2 regulation wins at the AJHL Showcase in Spruce Grove. Of course, both goalies pretty solid. Ryan Triness in net for the Cats on Saturday against Brooks in the second of a back-to-back. Of course, both those wins impressive for Coach Garry VanHereweghe.
These 2 games were huge. We played 2 fairly strong teams from the south that to beat them, you're going to have to outscore them. And we certainly didn't think we'd have to have 7 goals today to win. And we weren't sure that 2 would have won the first game. But now, looking at it from the back end, we got the 4 points we wanted. We know we got to get better in some areas, but we showed a lot of improvement in other areas. And that's really what it's all about this time of year.
Bryce Woodward, who was benched earlier in the week against Spruce Grove for taking too many penalties, showed why he should be back in the lineup with a hat trick, including the game winner on Saturday.
Showcase, and it was important for our team and for our players, and everything that happened just seemed to go in, so it felt really nice to get that off my back for sure. Spruce has a bunch of buddies on the team I like to play, but I'm coming into this showcase, and it was important for our team and for our players, and everything that happened just seemed to go in, so it felt really nice to get that off my back for sure. I'm going to be going somewhere, so.
The Cats do get a well-deserved 5 days off before gearing up Friday against Grand Prairie. Now to soccer, the Lakeland men's and women's teams wrapped up their final home games of the season over the weekend. Now both of them emerged with wins on Saturday against Olds College. Not too bad. They hope for the same against the SAIT Trojans on Sunday. To the ladies, they were trying to keep in playoff contention against a tough Trojan squad, which proved to be too much, taking 3 points from the Rustlers in a 2-0 final. Chelsea Anderson scoring the long-range goal to seal the deal for SAIT. Coach Kevin Wagner wasn't too happy with the overall performance.
Looked tired. Got a result yesterday, but today was not. This is probably our worst game we've played all year.
It's a building season, and we do have down numbers a bit. So I think our legs were just getting tired this game after playing yesterday and training all week.
Picking things up on the men's side, first half, Stefan Kukovic opening the scoring, beating the keeper far post. Later in the first half, it was Omar Amador with a nice little chip to Darko Hardy. A wonderful right-footed strike makes it 2-0. That was the final. It was also a solid day for Alex Campos, who posts the clean sheet.
Overall, it was a big team effort, and we worked well together.
This keeps us moving forward, but we haven't won anything. But the first time that we've beaten SAIT in 4.5 seasons. So we've never beaten SAIT before, so good. But yeah, we still have to win 2 of our next 3.
All right, moving on to our next story. She just so happens to share a name with a famous singer, but the sound of the Lynx is music to her ears. Recently taking up the sport of golf, this talented athlete is taking the stage in Cochrane for the next 2 days for the Alberta Provincials.
My dad's golfed his whole life, and my aunties and my grandma and grandpa, so I play other sports. And I just figured I would take it up.
Her play has people taking notice, among other things, like her name. Meet Taylor Swift.
I've been asked if I was named after her, but that's clearly not possible.
Unlike her namesake, who's 7 years older, this Taylor Swift replaces a guitar for a golf club.
She kind of said she was interested, so then the next year, when we talked again about it, she said she had golfed a little bit more, so she decided to come out and try out for the team, and she did really well. I
used to play ball a lot because I played elite ball, so I played for 8 years in the summer, and then I quit it this year so I could play golf.
A decision that has worked in her favor. The 17-year-old, who's won various local tournaments, earned a berth to the Alberta High School Provincials after qualifying in Bonnyville.
The guys found it pretty challenging too, and a little bit more challenging, I guess, than Taylor found it. You know, she figured out how she was going to manage the course, or how she'd like to anyways, and then and I guess she did her thing.
This marks Taylor's second straight trip to Provincials. Last year she qualified in the team event. This time as the only representative for Lloyd Comp. hoping lessons learned from last year will translate in success this time around.
I'm not as nervous as I was last year because I have been there before, I guess, so I'm just excited.
And that's your first look at sports. Gerard has your weather details coming up.